You ready to talk about the race? Let's do it. All right, so the Snowbird 50K, it was just this past weekend, Saturday, January 23rd. It was a 50K, and it's a mix of trail and paved bike path trail, basically like a walking trail or a greenway. So we started off, and then there is a mile to about a mile and a half of hard-packed clay and sandy surface trail. Real easy trail, you know, hardly any roots, rocks to watch out for, buffed out, fast trail. So we started out downhill about 3/4 of a mile, just a gradual, fast downhill. Turn around on a little sandy section, then go right back up that hill, and then go to a paved track around some baseball fields, things like that, parks, you know, those kind of things. And then it was about another mile, give or take a few, around that section there. There were some downhills and then a couple of small uphills here and there, but there was one decent sized downhill, which running fast would catch up to me later on that downhill. So that's the course breakout, 2.62 miles, about 180 feet of elevation gain per loop, give or take, you know, barometric pressure, things like that, it changes. Officially, they say the course is 2.62 miles and 173 feet of elevation gain. My watch repeatedly gave about a 2.54 miles on average with about 180 feet of elevation gain, so I'm going to go with that figure. I'm just going to break it down. I'm going to go kind of lap by lap, give you my thoughts, what I remember about it at least, and talk nutrition, fueling, you know, gear I wore, all that stuff. So let's get straight to it. So the race started out well. It was cool. You know, it was probably mid 30s, like 35, 36 degrees at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So I wore shorts. I had some compression shorts on with some other shorts over top of those. And then I wore my XOSKIN 3/4 sleeve shirt, which was fantastic the whole day. Kept me well regulated, you know, temperature wise. And then for socks, of course, the XOSKIN Zotos. I don't do any race or training run or long run without those socks. That's go-to gear. No blisters. I think in our tent we had like 9 people running, and other than Owen and William, everybody had XOSKINs on because they've heard me talk about them so much. They wanted to try them out, and they love them now. So yeah, just we all had no issues with our feet, no blisters, hot spots, nothing, just perfect. So let's see, and then of course I had gloves on at the start because it was chilly. I had the buff on because you're supposed to wear a mask at the start and finish then when you know, before you go to your own personal aid station area basically. And then I had a hat just to keep the sun out of the eyes, and that was it. So first lap started out great. You know, we started at 9, gave the countdown. We ran through this little field, and it was fast. You know, we were going 5:30s. For the first quarter mile, basically, just this easy flat stretch. And then, you know, me and Lee kept telling each other, man, we're going fast. We need to slow down. We're going to pay for this. We need to slow down. So we did slow down to about 6:30. But then downhill again, it was like a 6:15, just fast. And then up the hill was probably in the 7:30 to 8 range. You know, we were moving fast uphill. It felt okay then, but that was the first lap. So I knew that if I kept that up, I was gonna pay for it. So we got to the road or the paved section. Paved section went by without issue. You know, we were at that time still in second, third place behind the eventual winner of the race. He led just about every lap. I think he finished first every loop except for 3. One that I finished first, Lee finished first on another one, and then the other guy who finished fourth, Mark, he finished first once, I believe. But he ran a strong race all day, the guy that won. I mean, real strong. So congratulations to him for a great race. I finished that first lap with a split time of 17:28. So it was an average pace of like a 6:53. So pretty quick, very quick for me, very, very fast. But it felt okay then, but I knew I needed to slow down more or else I was not going to be able to make the race at a good pace. So just fueled, you know, all day long. My primary fuel source was Tailwind. It's always been my go-to fuel, at least for the last 2 or 3 years. On any long run I do, I take lots of Tailwind with me. I pack it with me if I need extras. It's just a great all-day fuel source where I can use that for calories and hydration and electrolytes all in one. And it's vegan too, which is great for me because I'm vegan, and it tastes good. So yeah. Anyway, on that note, exciting news, not to have that plug there, but I was also accepted or invited to be a Tailwind Trailblazer for 2021. So awesome about that. If you check out below in the description, you want to get some Tailwind, there is a link. Anyway, other than that, for nutrition all day, I did supplement, with regular food here and there. Big major blunder though. I did that awesome video about making my own plant-based energy gel, and we left the house without it. Totally forgot to pack it. It was in the fridge the whole time. So, yeah. But luckily, we had other stuff with us. I had, I think, 1 fig bar, some peanut butter pretzels, hash browns, which are just my go-to. I love hash brown patties with avocado spread on top. So good. Like, just, So I had that, had some fruit, some pineapple, strawberries, and then just lots and lots of Tailwind. After each loop, I would drink probably about 12 to 16 ounces of Tailwind, which was 2 scoops each time, basically. So a lot of sodium, a lot of electrolytes, a lot of hydration. I stayed hydrated pretty well all day too. I peed a lot, and pee looked pretty good. So, we always check our pee as ultra runners. But second loop went well also. No crazy, nothing. Just second loop went good. And the split time on that one was a 17:47. So just, 15-ish seconds slower than the first lap. Third lap goes by, split time was a 17:52. Still going too fast, still trying to slow it down more, but it's hard to slow down when you're in a race environment and all you want to do is just go, go, go. So Lee and I both struggled all day with just kind of making ourselves slow down. Because we felt good at the time, but we knew we were not going to be able to maintain that. So split 4, loop 4 was 18:06. Yeah, split 5 was an 18:05, which I believe that is the lap that I won or finished first. I was close to the guy going up the hill and I passed him. And then I wanted to push hard to finish that one ahead, try to get some time back from him. So I did that, but I paid for that the next loop because the next loop was then an 18:38. So pushing that extra bit on the other lap kind of took some of my energy and made me a little bit slower on lap 6, but that was fine. And at that point, I could definitely feel the lactic acid starting to build up in my legs. They were getting, I could sense the fatigue coming in. So, we were definitely at that point getting in the zero gravity, anti-gravity chairs where you lay back, prop the feet up a lot, hitting the massage guns. I used the EveryFun M3 Pro massage gun a lot. So did my wife. We all had massage guns there. It was like a massage gun fest. Which was great. Just hitting the quads, the glutes, the IT bands, everything. It was just, gotta have a massage gun. Okay, I will not go to a race without one now. So then, let's see, lap 7 was slowed down more to an 18:53. And then split 8, so loop 8 was a 19:42. So that slowed down considerably from 7, which was an 18:53. And that's where, I think on Strava, I'd posted like, it's getting hard. Getting hard. I felt that. It was just starting to struggle, running those flats, trying to maintain like an 8-minute mile, like an 8 flat it was hard. Like it felt like I was running like a 5-minute mile, but I was only doing like an 8:30. And it was just hard just because pushing hard at the start, I was feeling it. It was catching up to me. So, and then, so I was able to finish lap 9 in 20 minutes and 52 seconds. So now we're into the 20s. Finally, the last third of the race, basically. Definitely slowing down a good bit. Just again, that lactic acid, the fatigue is getting to me. I didn't really have any pain at this point. My right knee was starting to hurt a little bit, but just on the downhills and on this one right-hand turn. But I realized that if I focused on my form going down the hill, really landing on the forefoot of my right foot as I go down the hill, that the pain wasn't there, or it was very minimal. So going down the hills, I was really trying to be cognizant of that and just staying with the form because, obviously as you get tired, you get fatigued, your form starts to suffer, and that's when things happen. So I was trying to mentally remember that. And then lap 10 went by at a 21:45. So again, almost another minute off of that time. It slowed down quite a bit, just getting really hard. Lee and I both the whole time were like, shut up legs, just like, it was a struggle bus. We were moving, trying to maintain 8:30s on the flat was hard. And, we did it mostly. I think we had maybe 1 9-minute mile in there. I think for the whole event, I think I had 2 9-ish minute miles, maybe 3, but most were 8s or 7s. But it was just really tough. And then again, lap number 11, split 11, was a 22:29. So again, almost another minute, 45 seconds slower than the previous. It's sucking right now, badly. Hurting, my knee hurts, cramping. It's just tough. And then going into the last lap, you know, obviously we all have adrenaline. We're like, all right, this is it. We're done. We're about done. We got to do one more. And so we were excited. But one thing too, like after about 4 or 5 loops, the start was just always so stiff in my back because I was finishing quick. You know, I had 25 minutes, essentially 20 to 25 minutes to sit there, massage, stretch, which we were stretching between loops, eating, drinking, update Strava, you know, all that stuff. And so by the time we go to start the next loop, my back would get stiff and I'd be starting, and you can see it on the clip of the video of lap 12 where we start. You can see me running really stiff looking, and it just... It was awkward feeling and not great, but that went away after like maybe 1/10 of a mile, 2/10 of a mile, you know, just kind of loosen up a little bit and then it would be fine. Lap 12, I actually sped up quite a bit because of the adrenaline. I ran a 21:13, so that was almost as fast as lap 9. So that was, you know, the adrenaline was there. We were pushing, it was great. And, you know, the sun was setting, it was pretty. It was getting cooler again and just excited to finish. But then just, you know, pushing to the finish, and I was ahead of this guy, Mark, who finished 4th. And we weren't sure where he was in the position. I knew pretty confidently that I was either in 2nd or 3rd at that point. We weren't quite sure because, you know, Lee and I had both had, you know, at least one lap where we both struggled quite a bit and slowed down. But Mark had some good laps toward the end and was beating us a couple times. So we weren't sure if he had sneaked up ahead of one of us or both of us. And at the end, you know, I was ahead of him, I thought pretty well. And so I didn't really try to sprint too hard to the finish. I increased my speed a little bit, but then I literally within like 20 feet of the finish line, Mark comes sprinting past me and beat me by like 2 seconds the last lap, which was awesome. Like, good job, Mark. And I was like, oh no, what if he beats me by 2 seconds? I didn't push, but turns out he did. He finished 4th, which was awesome. There's 4 people that finished under 4 hours at the race. The winner, myself, Lee, and then Mark. So it was a good day. Yeah, so let's see. The average pace, according to their certificate that they have, was an average pace of 7 minutes and 30 seconds. I finished 2nd overall out of 69 in the 50K. So I was super happy with that. I got this really cool trophy here. It's just a little block of wood. It says 2nd place male, Snowbird challenge. It has the distances on the bottom. You can kind of see that there. Had this been a normal 50K, you know, without the 20-minute rest in between, there's no way I would have been able to maintain that 7:30 pace at all. Like, I know that. I'm just not there yet. So it's cool to run fast, but at the same time, I'm not going to claim this as a 50K PR because in my mind, it's not a true 50K. This is more like a backyard ultra. And I'm happy with running fast and that I did a 3:52, but I'm not going to say I did a 50K in 3:52 because that's not accurate. I don't think so. But yeah, that's the race. It was a fun, well-organized event. You know, there were a lot of people that I saw drinking some beers during the race, maybe some taking some shots. You know, it was a fun time. You know, I didn't do that because I was racing. I was wanting to do well. But you know, everybody had a good time. You know, after the race, you know, we ate a lot of pizza and had some fun. Then we drank some beer. But overall, a great race. I know this was long, but I kind of wanted to break down the race a little bit. You know, get into some of the data, not much, but just the splits basically. I feel I did well, better than I expected. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to have such a high pace average. With that said, I think if I had maybe started a little slower, I could have maintained a better finishing pace, possibly, you know, not been so fatigued. But at the same time, if I didn't have those first 3 or 4 laps where I was pushing hard, I might not have finished 2nd place because, you know, Lee only finished 2 minutes behind me and Mark was only 2 minutes behind him. So 4 minutes is what separated 4th from 2nd. And I was 6 minutes behind 1st. So we were all fairly close. So, you know, I'm happy with how it went. The training with Vert.Run was awesome. I really think the interval sessions that I had done toward the end of my training block, where it was like 3 6-minute intervals or 8-minute intervals, you know, those are long intervals where you're pushing hard. I think those paid off and really helped significantly with my speed and the ability to run at that speed for a while. I still need to do that more. I need to work on getting my speed up there. I want to be able to maintain that type of speed for longer distances, not just 10 minutes. I want to be able to do a half marathon at that 7-minute pace, or faster. Hopefully it would be nice. Well, because ultimately running fast on the road translates to running fast on the trail, and that's what I want to do. Excited to go forward and train now for the Laurel Highlands 70.5 miler race in June. Really looking forward to that one. It's going to be a true trail race there, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I hope you found this kind of cool. I know it was just me talking a lot, but yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out, watching this video, the race video from yesterday, the comments. Appreciate all your kind words about, congratulations on how I did. My wife did great also. She got a PR. Again, not a true 50K, but she still got a PR. She ran well. She had finished in 5 hours and 5 minutes. She finished 26th out of 69. So she did really well. Second in her age group. Lee got 3rd place. Evan and Emily did really well in the marathon distance that they did. William and Owen ran what they wanted to run and enjoyed the rest of their day. So it was great. But yeah, thanks for watching. I do appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, you can give the video a thumbs up. Yeah, that'd be cool. And then let's see, if you want to take a look at, let's toss it back to the No Business 100 trail video. So if you want to take a look at that, it's going to be over here. Then over on this side is going to be a playlist of running and injury tips. So go take a look at that too. Appreciate you guys. Oh, don't forget to subscribe too if you haven't already. I would appreciate that. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.